story as well.
Take care of the United States because the United States gave me a second chance in life. Why would I want to destroy the nation that gave me a second chance to be successful? Why? I'm a conservative, and I want this nation to be conservative, and we Latinos, we are conservative, but, you know, Obama was a sweet talk, you know, but, yeah, I'm a conservative.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like he's slipped, roofie or something and taken him home for the night. If you know what I mean. 888-630-9625. Thank you, Javier. Another immigrant on the line with his story as well, coming up. National Enquirer is once again leading the way in journalism in America. They have obtained an audio tape or audio tapes of Monica Lewinsky purportedly on the phone with then President of the United States, William Jefferson Blythe Clinton, talking about things like, well, throat lozenges for one. Those new zinc throat lozenges, what do they do for you? Well, but right now, let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Kvetin. Kvetin, you're on the Chris Plante Show. Did I get your name right?
Nearly.
Nearly.
Close enough for an American.
Where are you from?
I'm from Macedonia. That's a small country in Southeast Europe in the Balkans.
I've been there. I've been to Skopje.
Seriously? Oh, sure. I'm very sorry I missed you then.
Yeah. You didn't see me? I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was back in the old days, you know, when things were going badly in Kosovo and so on.
I see. You were a soldier or
No, I was with CNN at the time.
Oh, yeah. CNN, seriously.
Yeah, I was, believe it or not, yeah.
Yeah. Well, then you know, probably now, it was a former communist country. It has been communist country. It's part of what was communist Yugoslavia until 91st, until the whole place collapsed, until entire Yugoslavia collapsed in wars and fighting and genocide, etc. And frankly, I mean, I really couldn't agree more with Xavier calling earlier because this country is only now becoming communist, creepingly slowly, while we have lived to communism. And one of the first orders of business, I mean, I'm too young, of course, but one of the first orders of business, the family would say they would ban guns. There was no gun ownership legally available in the country. They would arm their police and their army, and then they would just, the amount of abuse of power was unprecedented. They could send like an armed group of 20 people into a village and of several hundred people, and they could do nothing but stand and watch while the police would organize, would take away their land, organize these communist agricultural communes. They would take away the whatever wasn't bolted to the ground, like livestock, like foodstuff. People would have to dig in holes under their houses to hide the food. And in the towns, they would arrest merchants, they would arrest the goldsmiths, and keep them in prison until they could, until they would reveal where they had hidden the gold. And this was only made possible by the fact that the government had the guns and the people didn't have any.
Yeah.
Even though the government was a minuscule percent, their armed force is a minuscule percent of the population or of the male population or the general population, but they could just do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, and Macedonia, there are two Macedonias, one's over in the eastern side of Greece, but the Macedonia, the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, the government documents, I think they even call it the FYROM, which is...
we don't like that word. We like to say the Republic of Macedonia, Greece is trying to block us from NATO membership and resistance in these names.
Right, yeah, and that's, it's a tough neighborhood over there, but you were part of, like, Marshal Tito's Yugoslavia.
Exactly, yeah.
And they were not even as bad as a lot of the other countries. You had Enver Hoxha next door in Albania, and it was even worse.
That's true, but it turned out that this sort of milder form of communism, which allowed people to flee the country into the U.S., into Western Europe, and then send money back to sustain the regime, it turned out to be much more resilient. So when Albania collapsed, when Bulgaria, all the other more strict communist countries collapsed, it was over. There was absolutely no people who would feel sorry for the old regime or who would. But Yugoslavia fell apart in a much worse way. And the communists had a stronger grasp on power, and it was much harder to dislodge them precisely because they were slightly less violent and totalitarian.
Yeah, slightly less violent. Exactly. It's various shades of violent totalitarianism that the left has brought us over the course of the last 100 years. So how long have you been here?
Just a year.
Really? Just 1 year?
Oh yeah. I worked in the media in DC here.
Okay. And were you from Skopje originally?
Yeah, sure. I've lived there all my life.
In Skopje?
And actually we've done, I don't know if you visited Eastern Europe recently. There are some interesting things happening. Like there are conservative parties seeking, winning elections, and they're very often modeled by according to the U.S. Republican Party. I mean, you have to go in Western Europe. You do not have anything similar to the U.S. Republicans. I mean,
really?
their conservative parties are very different mold. But in Eastern Europe, in the former communist countries, you find people who are, I mean, just for example, in Macedonia, the tax rate has been reduced to a flat 10% for the corporations. So, we are, we have been learning from the U.S.,
wow.
but even in this environment, it's been impossible to legalize guns. I mean, I own a shotgun back home, and the procedure to buy a simple 12-gauge, it involves having the secret police come to your house, not the plain clothes, not the actual police. You get the equivalent of the NSA, I believe, or FBI, and they're snooping around your neighborhood. And even this is happening at this time.
Yeah. Well,
and,
these traditions are hard to break. Once you have that for a couple of generations, it's hard to break out of that. It takes generations more to break out of it again. Well, you've only been here for an incredibly short period of time. Your English is excellent.
Thanks.
And what do you think of the Second Amendment in the United States?
I can compare it to what we have. I mean, we don't have these heartbreaking every other day situations where the gang violence is existent, but it's not as dominant. It's not you don't hear about it. There are no murders every day, and then there are not. You do not have these heartbreaking cases like a school shooting or you would have a fight between the U.S. might end up with a gunfight in Macedonia. It could end up with a knife fight or a club fight. So with that. So we don't have it. So in a way, people are smart. People say, well, yeah, sure. I mean, those crazy Americans know what they're doing. But then you have this totalitarianism, which you do not have in the U.S.
Yeah.
Even now, even when you have had democracy for a while and several changes in government, the government still understands that it has all the guns, and the police understands, the police commanders understand they have all the guns, and the citizens can't do anything about it. So you have Cyprus, you have the government prescribing that, well, as of tomorrow they're taking 40% of your bank deposits.
Right.
The same thing which happened in Yugoslavia in 91. It cannot happen in the U.S. So we are spared these small cases of, everyday, tragic stories or maybe kid shootings or whatever.
Well, it speaks to the balance of power between the government and the citizenry, right? And if you want all of the power to be in the hands of the government, then you go the Eastern European, the bad old way, the Soviet way, the totalitarian way, the way of the left, or you go the way of those who seek liberty. And look, we understand it's just human nature that when you give government power, which you inevitably do if you have a government, and you got to have a government, then that entity becomes a potential threat to the citizenry, unless the citizenry can control the government. And that's the balance of power that we've struck here in the United States. And is there crime? And look, yeah, there is crime. I've talked about this. I've talked about this in the past. The Washington Post did a front page analysis of Justice Department statistics and found, and this is why we ought to be having, and I've had the discussion here, why we ought to be having a serious discussion about crime in the black community, which is not allowed in the United States because of liberals, because they'll just call you a racist. The reality is that if the murder rate in the black community, which is 10 times what it is in the white community, if it were the same as the murder rate in the white community, then the murder rate in the United States would be the same as it is in Scandinavia. And then everything would kind of be okay again. And where you see these crimes taking place are very largely in places where guns are banned or very heavily restricted. That's where we have most of the murders in the United States. In places where you have the most guns, like I always like to use Wyoming as an example because I dream of Wyoming all the time, but In Wyoming, everybody has a gun, like, in their hand, you know, on their belt, in their car. They've got bears and mountain lions and snakes and, you know, all kinds of things. They're not worried about their neighbors, and nobody shoots each other. And, you know, they've got murder rates like Sweden out there, and everybody has a gun all the time. The problem is not guns. You know, George Will said it the other day when he was talking about Detroit. Said that, you know, the problem is not the economy. It's a cultural implosion. It's a cultural breakdown. And then, you know, what if you try to bring that up and have a serious discussion about it? Then you've got Paul Begala calling you Neanderthal, and you've got Christopher saying you're all meth heads, and, you know, and you're a hypocrite, and you're this and that, you know, because they're not capable of having serious and adult conversation. That's the problem. All right, let me see if I can get it straight. Kvetin.
Yes.
Kvetin. Is it Kvetin?
Yes.
Huh?
Kvetin.
Kvetin.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to try it again tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Thank you, my friend.
Take care.
Bye-bye. I have Macedonians living in my building, too. Macedonian couple from the Skopje area living in my building. Beautiful region of the world. Most regions of the world are beautiful, and that's a beautiful region of the world. And the left pretty much ruined it for about a century. So many stories, so many stories. Bradley Manning found